foreign investment in the country from this. We think that it still is going to have some ethical complications. It'd just be directly bad for democracy. So it really comes down to whether or not our government values money over the well-being of all the citizens that are already within a country.
Thank you.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions?
I have one.
Yes.
So, it seems like the argument is saying, and maybe you can clear this up or tell me if I have it wrong, that bringing more rich people in is bad because bringing more rich people in would be bad democratically, and it's just bad to just bring in more rich people like this. And also, so that's bad for us. And it would also be bad for the countries that the rich people are leaving, because taking away rich people from those countries is bad, and it's bad to lose rich people. But now it seems like we're saying it's bad to get rich people, and it's bad to lose rich people. So which one is it?
It's bad to have a bounty on whether or not somebody can be a citizen of the nation. It's not really that rich people can come and go into the nation, it's that they pay to come in, essentially. And yeah, I guess it would incentivize rich people to come in and out of the country more than poorer people, but just the idea is flawed morally and democratically.
So through the gateways right now to enter different countries, especially the United States right now, there have been people that have been trying for years, that have been here for years, that try to get their green card legally. And I feel like that when you say that just somebody can skip over that process just because they have money, I think that definitely is an ethical issue. Even if it becomes losing or gaining rich people, it's how you're doing that, I think, that really draws the question of how is that fair at all.
So don't we do that already, just for a smaller amount of money? Like the students that come as students are not representative of the country they left, because they have to be probably richer than average to even go through the process. So maybe the cost is $10,000 now instead of $1 million or something.
Want those temporary visas?
Well, it's literally the same, like you have to get here, you have to fill out forms, you have to pay fees, you have to do all sorts of things.
It's a similar process, but having a temporary visa to stay in the nation for a certain amount of time is different than you are a citizen, you can vote, you can get a job anywhere. It's a whole other bag of worms.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
If you don't like it on utilitarian grounds, is there another philosophical framework we should think about?
None that we really explored.
The way that poor people have grown out of poverty is through saving and investment. When you invest in technology, let's say in research and development, you make people more productive people have higher incomes. Wouldn't having more investment come this way help what you fear, that poor people may be poorer? If you have more opportunities, more jobs, more of these things invested in our economy, wouldn't that be helping the poor people instead of hurting them?
Well, potentially, but we don't really see that currently. We have a lot of foreign investment in the United States as of now, and we still have huge economic inequality. And then we would also have the issue of bringing in more rich people who might want to hold on to their wealth and would vote in ways that would align themselves with that. And so we have more votes to keep wealth into certain spheres and that inequality.
So, are you guys familiar with the visa lottery? The visa lottery program, which allows poor people to come to the U.S. It's a lottery that is open, I think, $50,000 a year. So I was just wondering if that balances out this, in other words, catering to the rich and also catering to the poor. I didn't know if that it is.
Is this a government program?
Yes, it's called a visa lottery. So every year,
They draw people from different countries,
targeting. So I just didn't know that
that are underrepresented.
that
Oh,
that are
yeah.
seen as underrepresented, and because I just didn't know if that.
I had not known about
Sure,
this
no, that's fine.
before.
That's fair enough. That's why I asked if you're not from it, that's fair. I mean,
Okay, I mean, there's a quota, isn't there a quota on that?
yeah. Mhm.
So with this one, we have no idea how many people would come or go as they please. Would be my argument against that.
Right. And I don't know if there's a code on this one, like
On the visa.
not on the CD. Yeah, the CD. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, CBF.
Yeah, I don't know. The lottery one. There's a quota, like the target would be I think 2,000 a year. So there's a quota. I don't know about this one. So you're right. I mean, yeah.
It's interesting. No, I would say there being not being the quota could have massive spikes in the economy.
So I have a question. So on a strict reading of utilitarianism, we don't maximize what's best for the most people. We maximize the amount of benefit, regardless of how it's distributed, right? That might libertarianism or whatever. You know what that's on. It seems like you could make a case that the reason the capital wants to flee developing countries and come here is because you get a better return on it, right? And so it seems like you could make the utilitarian argument that, look, when you let capital move freely to where it is going to be the most productive, we have much more benefit. And then it seems like your argument against the policy maybe isn't so much utilitarian, it's more based on that this exacerbates inequality. And so I'm wondering if we do arrive at some tension between a utilitarian solution that's unequal or a more equal solution that, though it is more equal, there's less overall wealth. Does that tension come up in your policy, or do you think something like there's actually less wealth if it moves over here or something like that?
Well, if you're going to go into and invest into our nation, so much so that you would move to it, what are the chances that they completely ditch that country and move all of their manufacturing and all their production here? So that would just be moving more capital over here instead. I'm not sure how that would look on the other country's side. We focus more domestically. Domestically speaking, you'd have more rich people holding on to more money, which would increase inequality, which harms people, harms our happiness and value. So, anybody else? Okay. Anything else?
12 months.
Okay, thank you.